Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 Genetically Modified Overkill run. Hope you're all doing well. So what we're doing here is using one of the many awesome mods that Brotato has to mash two characters together, building a Frankenstein's monster that has the stats of both characters, and trying to beat Danger 5 with it. We will be selecting two random characters and seeing what we get. If you are new to Brotato, I want to say welcome. I've seen a pretty big jump in Brotato viewers recently because it came out on Game Pass and was just released on PlayStation 5, and this is a great game. I'm glad that you are enjoying it and checking it out. Of course, you can explore my channel for guides to every single character, tier lists, weapons, for weapons, items, characters, and so on. Tons of great information, if I do say so myself, and of course, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I or my awesome community members will do their best to answer. So yeah, welcome, and I hope you enjoy. For this run, though, of course, we're using a wacky mod and combining the powers of two characters into one, so let's jump right in and see what we get. Before I do begin, though, I do want to say quickly thank you so much to Chemiu for becoming a channel member, as well as Wayne Sutherland and Scott Myers, each for $10, so thank you so much, my friends. I really do appreciate it. Alright, let's jump right in and see what we get. We are rolling two characters, and we've got the Artificer and the Masochist. This is a very interesting one. So the Artificer gets bonus explosion damage, but lower damage with every other thing, and the Masochist gets negative damage, but gains damage from taking damage, so we want to be able to become tanky. Artificer also has penalties to their defenses, which is going to make this a little bit harder, but let's see what we can do. I think I'm just going to go with the plank, because I think that's going to be the most fun, and let's just take a quick look at... I'll show you the stats of the characters right after we start this game. So we have a pretty big damage penalty, but because we're the Artificer, we've actually mitigated the damage penalty of the Masochist significantly, which I think is kind of fun. So we're basically playing like a super Masochist, or a super Artificer. We've got 200% negative damage, but 175% positive explosion damage, so explosive weapons are going to do well. That being said, of course, this is still very low damage, which we will need to improve in order for this character to do anything at all. But these characters do combine pretty well together, I would say. We also get a bunch of HP and HP regeneration because we are the Artificer, or the Masochist. I'm going to reroll this. We are looking for basically anything that gives us some economy, so I'll start with some harvesting here, and let's look at the characters. So basically, armor is worse for us, which means we start with significantly less armor. Normally we would start with 8, we only start with 4, because we get 50% armor. We have minus 100% damage from the Masochist, minus 100% damage from the Artificer. But explosion size is increased by our elemental damage, and we get extra explosion damage, which is going to help out in terms of actually clearing the waves. And as we take hits, we gain extra percent damage. This damage and this damage add together linearly. So basically we're playing a character with minus 25% damage right now. Compared to the normal Artificer who plays with plus 75% damage, so we're significantly lower damage than an Artificer would normally be, but still doing it pretty well. I'm going to take a plank here and lock this coupon, roll for another plank. This way we've managed to get extra explosion size and then more elemental damage, which boosts the damage of our planks and increases the explosion size as additionally, because we are playing the Artificer. And I'm going to roll to see if we can lock another plank. A Peaceful Bee I will take this early. This is a very good economy item. Yes, we lose half a damage by decreasing our melee damage, but the base damage of these weapons isn't that important. We're getting it from our explosive damage type. And I will lock another plank. This is great. We found 2 good items and 3 weapons that we want, so we're good to go. Because I'm playing the Masochist, I still want to run into enemies and tank damage, but we don't need to be quite as aggressive about doing that as a normal Masochist would, since we do start with a higher sort of base damage. But we're forced into using a weak weapon and won't be able to build armor as easily, which is going to be a problem. Keep buying harvesting. When you can get your harvesting going early, that's always nice. Buy a plank and roll, and buy another plank. and roll and lock another plank. Perfect. So using our guaranteed weapons in the first two shops, we were able to fill out our weapon set, which is very important, and we're ready to go to the next wave. You can see our explosions are starting to get big already. Of course, because we're playing the Artificer, I am going to very happily take any weapon that... or the idea is to transition into other explosive weapons, ideally. So if we find rocket launchers, if we find nuclear launchers, if we find power fists, whatever, we're going to snap those up. Income not doing so hot at this level, by the way. We're a little behind in terms of money, even with 12 harvesting, but I think we can mitigate that. I could just have taken the elemental damage there to increase my explosion size, but I want to roll for economy or damage here. I'll take speed, and then do I want 4 melee damage? It's basically the same as 2 damage for any other character, since we only get 50% melee damage scaling, but I think it's still worth picking that up. It's going to increase our plank damage a lot, and we're about to decrease it as well. Buy the coupon before buying the other weapons, other items that I have in the shop for one time in my life. Let's buy plant here. I do want to increase my regeneration as much as I can, and while I only get 50% armor, it's probably still worth it to buy more armor. Duct tape gives us engineering as well, which helps scale our plank damage. Not a lot, but it does help. I'll do one more reroll here. In Wave 3, we're guaranteed to see one weapon in the shop, which could be another plank, or it could just give us the ability to lock more great items like coupons and coffee. You know, 2 things you should probably be looking out for during your day-to-day as well. So we do need to still tank some hits as the Masochist. It's actually kind of hard for me to get good damage on this character because our armor is not very good since we have the negative armor scaling from Artificer. And we're killing stuff before we get to it, which means that our damage is not increasing the way Masochist damage would. So we ended up with pretty poor income from Wave 4. Here, I could just increase my regeneration some more. I could start building more dodge. Masochist does still want to build dodge, so it's worth keeping that in mind, just because it's a really efficient way to increase your effective max HP. But I think early on I'm just going to buy more regen, because I want to get that up as soon as I can. And 3 elemental damage is a huge boost to our explosion size, so very happy about that. Another coupon is great. Obviously, that's going to be a nice discount for the rest of the game. And then here, yes, I will lose some luck and everything, but I'm going to take the mushroom and the broken mouth. I think I'll start with the boiling water, though. The increased damage and explosion size is going to help us farm faster, and then I will lock these 2 items. Broken mouth, great find for this character, because the more hits we can take, the more damage we do. Generally, though, I'm not going to play this character too much like a Masochist, I think, just because the Artificer gets us fairly close to 0% damage already, so I can just build damage kind of normally and not have to worry too much about running into enemies, though it's a nice boost that we're able to do that when we can. I'd say this character is definitely on the strong side for these combos, but it's kind of nice to get a strong combo every once in a while. And the explosive builds are just so fun to play that I'm happy to do it anyways. I'm going to take the glasses. Range is not something that I value super highly, but it is good on planks, and it's a unique item if we find fairy or something like that. And then let's re-roll here. I'm looking for a higher level upgrade. I could take 6 melee damage or start building more dodge. I'm just going to take the damage. More health, more regeneration, and roll. And roll. An additional plank, yes. I've built 10 elemental damage. I could build Scared Sausage. No, because we have minus 200% damage, so it's not going to do anything. Lumberjack Shirt will help us one-shot trees, so I'm going to pick that up. And I think I will lock the charcoal. It gives us 1.5 damage scaling on our planks, so it's still pretty good, and more explosion size from elemental damage. I'll do one more reroll to see if there's something I can lock, because I wanted to roll while I still had 1 guaranteed weapon. Up to Wave 5, you have 1 guaranteed weapon, so that is good that we were able to lock and upgrade our plank. Planks upgrade fairly well, so it's worth trying to aggressively upgrade them as well. I do still need to build armor even though it scales at 50%, because in the later game we are going to be forced to take damage in order to actually kill stuff. You can see our damage is already starting to fall behind because I just haven't taken enough hits this wave. And that means I'm going to need to heal through the incoming damage. So reducing the incoming damage is going to be important. Had to make sure to kill that tree. 2 crates with very low luck is quite fortunate. Can we get a third? Nah, not quite. But still, 2 crates from this wave is very good. I will recycle this. We don't use range damage or range. I will recycle this because it scales off our negative 200% damage. But let's increase our negative 200% damage because that means fewer hits I have to take, I think. And then more regeneration or more dodge. I'm going to build dodge. I think I want to start building dodge up early. I want the regeneration as well, but both are good for us. Coupon, definitely. A 3rd coupon is really good. I've been saying that the trick to my last few videos has just been rolling 3 bags. Well, 3 coupons is kind of like 3 bags too, so very good rolls there. Spicy sauce scales with explosive damage, and so this is going to be a reasonable amount of damage. We also do need max HP, so let's keep upgrading our weapons and buying the spicy sauce. I'm going to pass on these 2 items and just do another reroll. Plus explosion size, this combos extremely well with our existing plus explosion size, and is also just an incredible option for this character. And do I want an upgraded plank or a little more damage? I think I just want the upgraded plank. I will buy the defective steroids, but attack speed is one of the best ways to scale plank damage, so because it's normally a very slow attacking item. So I think it's important for me to try to pick some of that up soon, especially since I'm about to decrease it. Taking a few hits just to start triggering our passive as soon as I can. I think our damage is high enough, and it's all explosive damage, so it's okay for me to let the eggs hatch, and we can farm them fairly easily. Taking a couple more hits. I wanted to walk into that egg and tank a hit there just to build up my damage. You can see our damage is starting to increase a lot as I take more hits, because the Masochist does that. Getting to be a Masochist that starts with explosion damage is pretty nice, I have to say. Pocket Factory, I will take just because I like this item mostly. It's fun to use. I don't think it's actually going to be a significant contributor to our build or anything. It's kind of too late to build harvesting. I got okay harvesting in the first couple waves, but we're just not really a harvesting user at this point. This late, it's just not worth spending money on, I don't think, so I'm going to buy dodge here. Explosion size, max HP and damage, and roll. I'll take a bag. We can still get 3 bags. There's still time. And I'm going to take half an armor, even at the cost of 2 speed. Armor is so good for this character that I think it's really worth doing that. I'll take a plank here for sure, and then go to the next wave. Took 3 hits to try to build up my percent damage. I should really be trying to take hits from these ranged characters, these ranged enemies. I keep dodging kind of out of reflex, but I should be trying to walk into those projectiles because they're the least damaging way to get hurt on the map. You can see, like, getting hit by an enemy does 8, getting hit by a projectile does 6. So I can tank more projectiles than I can the big chargers and build up my damage that way more easily. Actually, I guess getting hit by the little normal aliens is the easiest way because they only do 5. Basically, we want to build up enough damage that we can one-shot everything on the map pretty quickly. The additional explosion size is really helping with our clear speed, so very happy with that. I could take the snake. There's a chance we want... We've already built a bunch of elemental damage. There's a chance we want burning damage. No, because we still have minus 200% damage. I have to keep reminding myself about this. Only explosive damage does anything for us. So I need to recycle everything that's not that. I'll take 9 max HP. That gets us to a much more respectable value. Very happy about that. Combine, buy this, buy this. I'm going to spend 21 on an engineering. That's half a damage for every weapon, multiplied by our additional % damage that we gain as we take hits. And tractor, suddenly we're back in the harvesting business because this is such a powerful item. This is going to pay for itself very, very quickly and give us a lot of levels and everything. Lemonade is good for healing, and I'll do one more reroll. Let's take plank. I'll still take charcoal, and I will still take gentle alien. All of these are really good. So you can still build % damage on Masochist. You get it as you level up, or as you take hits, but the more % damage you build, the fewer hits you have to take before your damage comes online. Now this character is a little bit different because we have the Artificer % damage for our explosive weapons, but even so, we can still build percentage damage because we're basically a character with minus 25% damage. So the more % damage is quite valuable on this character since we start with a fairly low amount. Generally, you always want to increase the lowest value stat that you have. So the fact that we start with a negative % damage value means we want to increase it. Getting pretty good farm from this wave. Not actually as good as I'd have expected, honestly. Wave 9 is lots of low health enemies, so our explosive damage should really have gotten us a lot of money. I'm a little surprised we only made 600 there. Still a very good income, but less than I'd honestly have expected. I guess our low attack speed has something to do with that. I'm actually just going to take 5% attack speed. The fact that we only scale 50% with melee damage basically means we're choosing between effectively a level 1 melee damage and a level 1 attack speed. I'm just going to take the attack speed, take more dodge, get our defensive stats online, and I'm just going to buy out this whole shop. Very happy about that. Take our free reroll. A 4th coupon? I mean, don't mind if I do. And we'll definitely buy this. I now need to increase my speed, but up to 6 armor, we feel a lot more comfortable, as well as getting some more HP. Continue to upgrade my planks. Yeah, I will buy leather vest again. It's only 1 armor, but still incredibly potent for this character. Our damage is pretty good, so our crit chance, I think, is a good way to increase our damage output. So I'm going to buy that. And I will actually lock the sunglasses. Yes, we lose half an armor, but 10% crit chance is going to be a lot of outgoing damage. As you can see, critting for 54 is pretty good. The elite is, of course, what I'm worried about, but our quite high regeneration should put us in an okay spot. If we have to, we can just run from the elite. Break that tree and everything. I also want to ask everyone who's watching the video to do me a favor, because I'm recording this in February, which is typically a lull for new game releases. A lot of studios, of course, time their releases to go out with the holidays. So if there's a game that you think I should check out that came out recently that that I might not have heard of, let me know. I'm always interested in hearing more about that and would really love game recommendations from everyone. So drop them in the comments. I'm going to take 9% speed. We need the attack speed, but we really badly need the speed. And then just going to buy this and this and this. Yeah, I lost some armor, but now we're at 40% dodge, so we're feeling a lot better about our defensive stats. And spicy sauce, some additional damage. Plank, some additional damage. That's great. And let's go to the Horde wave. I had a recording error before recording this video. I recorded a whole run and wasn't capturing the screen. It's the first time I've done that since I started doing YouTube again. Maybe ever. I don't remember if I ever did that, a decade ago. But I guess that's a rite of passage for a YouTube video creator. So I apologize if I repeat myself or anything like that, because I just did a recording and might be saying some of the same things and forgetting that I have already said them during this recording. And I apologize for having that recording be lost to time, because there's only so much you can do when you don't have any of the gameplay on screen. Alright, very good income from that wave, so suddenly feeling much better. We do lose an elemental damage here, but increasing our luck is worth a lot to us, so I'm going to pick that up. Now our dodge is quite good. I do want to increase our dodge, but attack speed is going to be more valuable, I think, here. And I'll take max HP. We're suddenly at a very solid max HP level. Alright, here we go. Here's our Power Fist. Gets us an explosive weapon that does a ton of damage. It scales with melee damage, which we've got an okay amount of, and I'm just gonna... I guess I will combine my plank to a level 4, buy a Power Fist, buy a Cyclops Worm. Like I said, buying percent damage is still good on this character. Roll again. Heavy Bullets, unfortunately, doesn't do anything for us. We don't use ranged damage, but the metal is good, and the injection is good for the same reasons. Strange Book, we have good elemental damage, and we've got a bunch of we have a pocket factory, so this is a way to build up some engineering damage. I'm gonna buy it, not because I think this is the right decision. In fact, I think this is not the right decision, but because people are always telling me to buy Strange Book. So Strange Book lovers, this one's for you, and I will continue to boost my crit chance as well. So we've got a Horde wave here. Or no, last wave was the Horde wave. We've got an Elite coming up soon. Oh no, this is definitely the Horde wave. I can tell by all the Horde enemies in the wave. So we should be making pretty good income this wave with our explosive weapons and everything. Taking a couple hits here as well, just to maximize our damage with our Masochist passive. It's funny because this has ended up playing basically as a low damage, high defense version of the Artificer. And Artificer normally struggles with defense and doesn't struggle with damage, so I think these characters actually, even though you start with negative 200% damage, complement each other quite well. Better than I was expecting, to be honest. Not the best income, frankly. I was expecting a little more from that. I will continue to lose harvesting and just buy more charcoals. It's always good. And then I want attack speed even more than I want percent damage, but this is a level 2 versus a level 3. I think the attack speed is still better. So how did our weapons do? The Power Fist has outperformed 5,000 damage compared to 3,000 damage, so obviously doing well there. Let's buy some more crit chance and the Strange Book to buff up our pocket factory and just to make the commenters happy. And then Adrenaline is good. This is a good way to heal when we have such high dodge already. What did I decrease my dodge with? I thought I had 42% before I bought this. I must have bought something to decrease dodge. And then I'm going to buy the Fertilizer. Do I want that? It will pay for itself pretty quickly. We lose a melee damage, but I think I'm going to buy it. It'll pay for itself. It also increases my harvesting gain every level, so I think it's pretty worth buying. It's rare that you get to stay with the Cyclops Eye as your indicator on the character, as the topmost cosmetic, I guess. It looks really cool, honestly. The glowing red eye. Usually you'll have something over your face that takes precedence over that. A couple people have said, and I'm starting to really think I believe them, that there's a bug with explosive attacks not always dropping materials from enemies. Because I always go into like wave 9 or whatever with these explosive builds and go, hang on, where'd all my money go? I thought I should have way more than that. So I wonder if, I do wonder if there's some kind of bug there. Alright, up to 500 this wave. Still not amazing, but doing okay. I'm going to take the bait. Bait is a good way to take a bunch of hits early, but I will also take dodge. That can help us heal, and I'd like to get to dodge cap. Let's upgrade our weapons here. Wave 14 with an elite is going to be a little tough for this character. We're all AoE damage, so our damage versus the boss is not going to be incredible. I will take the snail. This will reduce the speed of the elite, make it a little easier to dodge. I'm going to... Acid would be okay, but I really don't want to reduce my dodge chances. I think I'm going to roll past both the acid and the lost duck. I don't need a fist. I do need an upgraded plank. I do need a blindfold for more dodge. And then one more reroll, see if I can get anything else that's relevant. Nothing here. Bowler hat would increase my luck, which we don't care that much about. I think I'm just going to pass on all this stuff and just fight the elite. So the hope is that I can kill the elite. Oh, right, I did buy a bait going into an elite wave. I don't think that's that big a deal, because on the Masochist, you actually want to take some hits to start building up your damage and kill the elite more quickly. So my goal here is to take 1 or 2 hits, just buff up my damage so I can kill the elite quickly before too many of the summons stack up, because it's wave 14. But with 60% dodge, I'm actually having a little bit of trouble tanking damage when I want to. Still good to have the dodge, but that is a downside. But what that means is that we took a little longer than I wanted to kill the elite. Still got there, though. Now there's a lot of enemies on the field, but honestly, our regen should be enough to get us through these summoners. It's very, very difficult for me to kill the summons and not kill the summoners because we have these giant explosions going off everywhere, so obviously we're not exactly discriminating in which enemies we take down. But that was a pretty good elite fight. Actually, Giant's Belt we can get a lot of DPS out of, I think, because we have 27% crit chance, so not normally a great weapon on like a plank build, but honestly I think it's going to be a good item here. I'm just going to take 1 armor. Our armor's quite low, and I'd really like to increase it. Minigun would actually be really good for this character because we now have a Giant's Belt and really good crit chance, so even with no range damage, this will help gun down bosses. I'm going to pass on it just because I think it's more fun if we just go for the pure explosion builds, but I just wanted to mention that. I'll take a landmine because now we have Strange Book and a bunch of explosive damage. So the landmine is doing 69 damage, and how can I turn that down? And let's roll. I think I'll roll past the glass cannon. I'd rather have armor than the damage here at this point. Hunting Trophy. We could actually still make money off this with 27% crit chance. I think I'm going to buy it. Buy both of these. And yeah, I'll buy Lucky Charm, throw in a reroll. Now I can get a head injury again. So we've got very good additional damage and everything. We're almost back up to negative 100% damage. We're really rolling in it. But now we can actually make some money off the Hunting Trophy, maybe, and the Giant's Belt. Since explosions can crit, you, I believe, still can make Hunting Trophy money off the explosions. So, you can see we're getting reasonable income from that. And that, honestly, has helped solve a lot of our economy problems, which this character was having. I like the landmines also just because of the gigantic AoE there. I probably have not been buying elemental damage aggressively enough. You do want to increase your damage size on this character, but I'm more focused. Like, our damage is fine, so I'm more focused on defensive stats, I think, and just making sure that we don't die. This is a weird one to play, and to be honest, I think I have probably not built this character optimally, just because it's quite weird, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to take attack speed here. We definitely need that. And then I'm going to, yeah, I'll take another Power Fist. That sounds kind of fun. We can get a level 4 Power Fist with a 50% chance to explode. So this only has 25%. This has 50%. Way better. We will buy a mushroom as well and roll. And dynamite, of course, very good. Explosion damage is excellent on this character. Still want 1 armor here. And do I want the mouse? Yeah, mouse is still going to be good. Even this late, it's still going to be worth a bunch of money, I think. Alright, let's see the explosion size on these power fists. Looking pretty good so far. We also have not found Rip and Tear, which is an item that you really want on the Artificer typically, since Rip and Tear scales primarily with explosion size, which you get a lot of on the Artificer. The buffed enemies do a lot of damage, so I do need to be a little aggressive about clearing out the brain bugs here, of course, which you usually want to do, but also just in general, this character, because we want to take damage, it's important for me to try to keep those damage instances minimal by reducing the number of buffed enemies on the field. More attack speed or more elemental damage? I think I'm going to take the elemental damage. I think at this point I do want to start increasing my explosion size more than anything else. And let's buy this. And yes, some movement speed. I'm going to pass on the tardigrade. We're taking too many hits to make that good anyways. Spicy sauce, yes. I don't know if recycling machine will pay for itself. It probably will. We still got 3 waves. And baby gecko. We don't have a cute monkey or anything, right? No. So I'm going to pass on the baby gecko. Immediately rolled into cute monkey, but them's the breaks. This plank doesn't do anything because I'd have to sell the higher level plank to get it anyways. I can't combine any weapons here. I don't think I want the wheat. It reduces my elemental damage, even though it increases my melee damage. I think we're just going to pass. Take the boiling water. Still looking for a nuke launcher or something, of course. I like that when you get a lot of explosions and a lot of enemies on the field, the game can't keep up, like the game audio can't keep up. So you start hearing things way after they actually happen. I have to say, I have like 55% dodge chance and just took 5 hits in a row without a single dodge, 6 hits in a row without a single dodge. 7. Which is fine to build Masochist damage, that's 8, but the chances of that are quite low. I would not say that is likely. That's 9 hits in a row with no dodges. I mean, it's possible that I've just missed the text a couple times, but that sure looked like a really unlucky run with a 56% dodge chance. Take that elemental damage. The fertilizer will no longer pay for itself, so I'm passing on that. Dangerous Bunny will still pay for itself because we immediately get a 33 discount, I think. No butterfly here. I could lose some engineering to get more percent damage. I don't think we need that. I'm just going to roll. I'm going to roll again. A little unlucky on all of these things, but I'll take the metal plate. I'll take the regen. A regen is okay, but not amazing at this stage. I could use more. Let's definitely take the injection here to increase my damage even more. Lure, of course, we'll take, and blindfold we will take as well. Alright, so this enemy is a summoner. Really should not be a problem for this character build since we can focus it down while still killing its summons with the explosions. Lots of enemies on the field, but not that big a deal. Killing the brain bugs and making sure that we make it out okay. Oh, I should also be making sure to build crit chance, because I do have that hunting trophy, or I should have been making sure to build crit chance. It's less important now, because we've only got 2 waves remaining. But that would be a good way to increase my income. I have to say, playing after just having had a recording error and being a little on tilt and stuff, is not conducive to good decision-making or good play. But luckily, we got a really powerful character combo. Yeah, I'll take the melee damage. That's good. The potato, that's awesome, obviously. Just gives us a bunch of everything we need. 2 elemental damage for engineering. I'll just take the elemental damage. Because Strange Book, unfortunately, gives you engineering for elemental damage, not the other way around. It would be better for us if it was the other way around, but it isn't. Buy those 2 items, and more elemental damage for more explosion size, definitely. Roll past here, more elemental damage. We're still over dodge cap, so that's fine. Another spicy sauce. This is a great way to increase our damage output, I would say. And another dangerous bunny. Is that going to pay for itself? Probably not, so I'm going to pass on that one. Lock the metal, since we gain a lot of stuff we want. Yes, I lose crit chance, but I still want all of these other stats. And I think we'll just hold there and go to the next wave. Basically what I'm looking for at this point is just a little regeneration. I think that's the only thing that really matters. Our damage is good and I can always make it better by tanking hits. So I just need to make sure that I have the regeneration to survive. I definitely will be checking the income of my econ items. I'm very interested in how the hunting trophy performed. It looks like it's doing well. Like, I see the little icon pop up a lot, but I suppose we'll get the stats at some point. 3 crates this wave, pretty good. I should make sure to be stepping on consumables since we have the spicy sauces. Those are a great way to clear these enemies as well, so I should make sure to step on them. Yeah, and now we've got 1,000 income from that wave. Improved tools means more landmines, thanks to our attack speed. Yes, I'll take this for more regeneration. That's what we want. Cute monkey is more healing, so I should just take that. And then 3 armor, or 1.5 armor is the best way to increase our defensive stats anyways, even if it's only 1.5. So very happy to pick that up. Well, let's grab the metal and the coffee, and then roll past these 2. Roll past this mess. More armor, yes please. More speed, yes. Energy bracelet is one I should be buying. It's possible I've passed on this one a couple times just because I always forget this item exists whenever I'm playing these elemental-ish damage builds, because it's so rarely an item you actually want. I can't afford another power fist. Wait, what if I sell something? If I sell a level 3 plank... No, I would need to sell a level 4 plank. Is that better? Probably not. I'm just going to take the handcuffs, actually. This is going to be way more fun. It's going to increase my damage significantly. I could also have taken the shackles as well, but handcuffs is a huge boost to our damage and our explosion size. And then here, I guess I'd better take the leather vest. No, we're dodge capped already. I'll just take the boiling water. It's more fun. And then we're done there, and I'm pretty sure we're good to go. We've got 99 HP, 42 regen, 60 dodge, and 12 armor, so we're in great shape there, and our damage is very good. Let's see what the bosses have in store for us. Try to stack them up so our weapon attacks hit them both at once with our explosions. And of course we have the Giant's Belt, so we're dealing additional damage because of the critical hit damage. Tank to hit there, dodge that one. I have to say my dodge has been very unreliable this run. Yeah, you can see I just took a bunch of hits in a row again, even with 60% dodge. But we got there in the end, and there we go. There you have the Artificer and the Masochist, 2 weird characters that play very oddly together. We ended this run with negative 129% damage. Let's take a look at these economy items. We've got... I never recycled anything, I guess, so recycling machine didn't give me anything. 291 from the hunting trophy, so it did pay for itself, made me back a little money, but not like an incredible boost. Still worth picking up. 26,000 damage from the Giant's Belt. That's just against the bosses mostly, but it's still a lot of damage. Basically was an extra weapon for us. And then anything else that we really wanted to look at. Bag, of course, always overperforming, or performing exactly as well as you expect it to, because it's bag and it's just really good. But only 1 bag this time. On the other hand, 4 coupons, so 4 coupons saved me 1,382 materials, an insane amount of money. Obviously that helped a lot with this build as well. Alright, my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this, and of course, as always, if you have, do please take a moment to drop a like, leave a comment, helps out a ton with the channel, and I will catch you next time. You can, of course, subscribe to my channel for more of this and other strategy game content. Cheers, folks. GG.